Well, hello there, my terrific listeners. It is your awesome host here. It is Team Rai. Listeners, how are you doing? On this Friday's edition, I am doing very well for myself. Now, this will be a very special podcast because it is predictions time. And that means it is the Royal Rumble, the very first pay-per-view of 2019 for the WWE. And also is the first step to the road to WrestleMania. And if you're wondering if I have a guest, no, I do not. So I'm going solo. Hopefully everyone out there enjoys my thoughts and predictions for the Royal Rumble. So let's get this started. So let me do my quick introduction. So sit back, relax. Put your feet up, grab something to eat, grab something to drink. Now, if you don't do nothing like that, maybe you want to chill like a villain and hear my thoughts and give you my prediction for the Royal Rumble. And it kicks off this Sunday. Let's get this predictions underway. Now, WWE has 8 matches has been confirmed. That is a lot. That's insane, isn't it? Okay. Here it is. Okay. Now there are 2 kickoff matches. The first one will be the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match. Will be online. Frankly, I don't know who's the champion, and other one, I don't know who's the challenger. So my prediction is, I know this is not the best. I think the champion will retain it. What's your thoughts on that? And next one will be for the WWE US title championship on the line. Let me rephrase that, I messed up. The WWE US United States Championship will be online, okay? Russo versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, Russo just won it recently on taping of SmackDown. Now, I don't think WWE will give Shinsuke Nakamura the US title belt that quickly, but you never know about WWE. I had no problem with Russo. I love his gimmick, all that stuff. Now WWE don't want to give him the major push. I think WWE is still mad at him because he cut his hair and all that stuff, and all that sums it up. I think this will be. I think Russo will still be U.S. champion, but Shinsuke Nakamura will win by disqualification, something like that. Or on the other hand, Russo might win by disqualification. If it's gonna be a stupid finish. I think both of these kickoff matches are gonna be very, very short because they want to save more time for the main show. Okay, then the first match, in my opinion, will kick off the Royal Rumble. Those 2 matches I discussed were just appetizers. The WWE SmackDown Tag Team titles will be in line. The Bar versus The Miz and Shayna Mac. They recently just joined forces. Very odd team, but whatever. I have no problem with The Bar. I know some of you think they're boring. If you think they're boring, then that's your opinion. I think they need to break up. The Miz and Shayna Mac. Do you think it's their destiny to win the tag team belts in SmackDown? We'll find out on Sunday. If that doesn't work, I think that Shayna Mac is going to screw The Miz and they start a feud, and maybe we'll have a one-on-one match at Mania. Who knows? But on the other hand, I think the Bar will retain it. All the good stuff, So we'll see what happens. So hopefully it's going to be a good match. This might be a very short match. I guarantee that The Miz and Shayna Mac is going to win the belts. It's that kind of angle WWE is focusing on. So, whatever. I'm not really looking for this match, but if Shayna Mac does some crazy stuff on Sunday, I'm all in. You get all in, bum. I know that's a very corny joke. Okay, now the first Royal Rumble. Okay, it'll be the women's this time. Okay, probably will. I don't think they will close out the show like they did last year, I think. Now I'm just gonna pick 4 of the women I think they're gonna win it, have a chance. Okay, you know who's in it? Carmella is number 30. You know why? Okay, Amber Moon, she's very talented. She needs a major push. Bailey, no. She had no chance in hell, okay? I'd be surprised if she wins it. Ember Moon. Who else? See her. I get Sonya Deville. You know, she's a fighter. She needs to push, but probably WWE won't push her. So that's 2. You know what? Number 3, Nia Jax, just for the hell of it. And last but not least, put the return of Miss Bliss. She just came back. She made an announcement this past Monday from her long concussion recovery. So those other 4 are be the final 4, okay? And probably my guess, no. And then for a wild card, just for the hell of it, Charlotte Flair is gonna win this whole thing. The women's, you know, because she's not facing Becky Lynch for her. She's not facing Becky Lynch or Asuka for the women's belt because they just fought not that long ago, you know. So it should be a good one, you know. Probably Charlotte's gonna win, my guess, or it could be a curveball and we just put someone in there like Lana or someone we don't give a crap about. Okay, I'm not gonna discuss who's in there, and I know it's not all 30 in there. Probably, most likely, probably some legends, future WWE Hall of Famers will be in there, like probably Lita and Trish, like last year, or maybe some females from NXT. That's just my theory. Now for the men's. Once again, I'm picking 4. I say Samoa Joe will be the final 4. Jeff Hardy, Seth freaking Rollins, and last but not least, Bobby Lashley. Okay, they'll be the 4 guys. And then my 5th one for wild card, okay, for women's. You know what? I don't want to say this, John Flippin' Cena, but this time it'll be a distraction. He was gonna win it, but someone tosses him. So those 4 guys, the final 4, but John Cena gets eliminated by one of those guys. So I say Bobby Lashley is gonna win it. That's just my theory. Okay, probably I'm wrong. Next one will be the WWE Raw Championship match. Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks. Now Sasha Banks just won, beat Nia Jax for the number 1 contender not that long ago on Raw. Sasha Banks is a spitfire. She's a great talent, but she's a big mouth. You know, she can't keep her mouth shut backstage, you know. So my opinion is Ronda Rousey is going to make Sasha tap out, or maybe Sasha Banks will win by disqualification. So that means Ronda Rousey will still be your Raw Women's Champion. She's going to hold the belt until Mania, just like Lesnar does. At least she's on every single episode of Raw, not like Lesnar. You know, I just don't like how WWE is treating Lesnar. It pissed me off. So that's it. Or maybe if Sasha Banks will turn heel in this match, maybe not. We'll find out. Hopefully it's gonna be a good match. Next match is the WWE Women's Championship match. Asuka versus the man, Becky Lynch. Now, the only reason that Asuka is in this title match because last pay-per-view to close out 2018 was TLC. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Asuka, and I'm so happy that Asuka got her moment. But it's gonna come down to a halt on Sunday. Becky Lynch is gonna retain that belt and go on to WrestleMania and face the women's champion, whoever they choose. You know, it could be Raw or it could be SmackDown. You know, my guess is gonna be SmackDown, and the Raw is gonna find out a number 1 contender. They gotta make a stipulation or something like that. You know. That's just my theory. There's no way in hell that Becky Lynch is gonna. There's no way in hell that Asuka is gonna lose that belt. I'm sorry for crying out. There's no way in hell that Asuka is gonna win that on Sunday. I mean, I could be right, I could be wrong, but I really think WWE is gonna want to push the envelope between Becky Lynch versus maybe possibility if Charlotte wins the Royal Rumble and she could pick the champion. That would be probably Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, and maybe it make a triple threat match, put Asuka in match. We'll find out. on Sunday. Okay, next match. This should be the main event, but whatever. The WWE Championship match. The new Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. I'm kind of glad that AJ Styles is not the champion anymore, because I guess the reason he lost because he wanted a different contract. You know, less days of working. He wants to spend time with his family. You know. I'm glad. I'm so glad for Daniel Bryan. He got cleared from the doctors and WWE doctors, and before you know it, he's in his title picture. You know, I'm very happy for him. You know. But I think Daniel Bryan is going to win by disqualification, so that means Daniel Bryan will still be your WWE champion. Or maybe WWE will do a 180 and let AJ Styles become the new WWE champion, you know? I have no problem with this match. Hopefully it's going to be a very good match. I just don't like the build-up on it. Very, very bizarre. WWE, you guys could do better than that. You guys need to hire new creators and writers. Okay, now the match, no one's not looking forward to. Hopefully this is not going to close out the show, but it probably will be. It will be the WWE Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar, of course, with Paul Heyman, versus Finn Balor. Now, this was not the original game plan for the Royal Rumble. The original plan was Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman, but we did to McMahon's limo. He took him off the Royal Rumble, but the real reason is he's not completely physical to health to compete for Lesnar's belt, so they had to have a replacement. Is Finn Balor. Now there's rumors they're gonna push Finn Balor, and the rumors are true. Now I know some of you on social media don't want Finn Balor to become Universal Champion for a second time in his WWE career. If you think about this, this is definitely a mismatch. Okay, Brock Lesnar will take Finn Balor probably a dozen times to Suplex City. You know, probably Finn Balor will have no offense like the time it was John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, and John Cena was a champion, and Brock Lesnar just dominated him, and that was a very hard match to watch. I don't like John Cena. I don't like Lesnar at all, and John Cena had no offense at all. Nothing, Zippo. So he won it easily. So his history is going to repeat itself. I don't think Finn Balor, you know what, I give him a 1% chance to dethrone the champion. If he wins, people on social media will be happy. Some of them, other people will be very, very bitter. You know, I cannot imagine Finn Balor go on to WrestleMania and defend that belt. I'd be very surprised. They say he's going to give him a push, so maybe this is his only push, just to a Royal Rumble, and that's it. So we'll find out. Now, I prefer, this is my opinion only, I prefer Finn Balor as the champion. Number one, he's there all the time on Raw. He's there 365 days a year, pay-per-views, live events, whenever they need him. Now, on the other hand, if Brock Lesnar retains on Sunday, most likely he will, you're not going to see him the next day on Raw, or he might show up on Raw. He might show up on Raw with freaking Paul Heyman, okay? If he wins, most likely he will. But if he still wins, I mean, if he loses, then I don't know if he's going to show up or not. But if he does win, he's going to show up on Monday night after Royal Rumble, and then complain to McMahon and all that good stuff, and Lesnar is going to dominate everything in his path until he gets a freaking rematch with Finn Balor. You know, probably Paul Heyman is going to say it's not fair, blah 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 blah. You know, but why WWE give Brock Lesnar the belt? He's never there. I know he's a special attraction. I don't mind he's a special attraction, but they strip him off the belt. You know, you could give the Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns whenever Roman Reigns is healthy. There's rumors that he might show up on Sunday. I don't think he'll be able to compete and all that good stuff. But we'll find out what's going to happen. So, let me give you a quick recap with the men's, okay? The winner, okay, Bobby Lashley, he could pick the champion for Raw, or he could choose for the SmackDown champion if he chooses. That's just my opinion. Now for the women's, who I picked, Ember Moon, I think she could pick the Raw champion or the SmackDown. Whoever. This is the second annual for the women's. Hopefully it's gonna be a good show. I will do my review on it sometime next week. Probably be Monday sometime. So that wraps it up. 8 matches. I guaranteed the kickoff matches will be like a squash match. Sorry. And then one of those main matches will be a squash match because they want to focus on the men's Royal Rumble and the women's Royal Rumble. And let's see what Kofi is going to do this time around. You heard about Mr. WrestleMania, HBK. Now, Kofi's Mr. Royal Rumble. He does some crazy stuff. He never wins it, but he does some crazy stuff. Of course, probably his brothers will help him out. He is very fantastic. Or maybe he'll win the whole thing. That'd be nice. Or maybe Big E. Anybody could win it, Whoever gets a big push. Maybe McIntyre wins it. Hopefully not. Not a big fan of him, but whatever. Maybe he's not in here. Maybe Braun Strowman, if he's clear enough to compete on Sunday. If he's not in the title picture, he will definitely want to dominate at the men's Royal Rumble. I have no problem with Braun Strowman winning this whole thing. He deserves it. Every time he's trying to get the opportunity, he gets screwed. It seemed like it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here. Let me know what matches you're looking forward to on Sunday. What matches you're not looking forward to Sunday. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Hit the notification. Hit the subscribe. I know some people I know on social media, they're going to meet Triple H, the Game, the WWE Future Hall of Famer, and their lovely wife, Stephanie. I think a meet and greet on Sunday afternoon. So, and this is the first time the Royal Rumble will be in the baseball stadium, outdoors, I think. If it rains, I think they could cover it. I'm not really too sure. So you got Saturday night NXT Takeover, then Sunday night the Royal Rumble, Monday Night Raw, and of course the last stop in Phoenix, Arizona, you got SmackDown Live. So who's ever going, have a blast. So that wraps it up, and I'll be back sometime tonight later. And thank you very much for listening to my thoughts and my predictions. If I don't give everyone right, it's okay. I'm just doing this for fun. Have a good one. Goodbye.